Hey everyone, how's everyone doing for this fine mechanical Monday? Oh my gosh, it has been crazy for me. Just to top things off here, I am Hurst Quayzar. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Give me a like, and if you see anything you like in that video, please make a comment down below. Let me know how I'm doing or how I can improve. I would love to hear from you. So from our last video, we are doing movie cars, right? So in my series right now, I'm doing movie cars, and this is the 1979 Camaro from the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High that Jeff Spicoli decides to trash and wrecks in the movie and actually vandalizes it to make the football player Charles Jefferson, who owns the car, mad at the rivalry high school, and basically he um, just about kills everybody on the field. Um, it's a comedy movie, so not literally killing, but he takes his anger out on the football team, which is pretty awesome. But just an update from the last video, right? I decided to go with, I had 18s on here, so I decided to go with 17s, and it actually looked a lot better than the 18s. The 18s looked a little too big. I had also forgotten in the last video to put the interior in here. Oh my gosh, I had forgotten all about that. Um, so my faux pas on that. And the tinted window on the passenger side, come to find out that it is in the parts list. It's listed as front right door window number 2. Even though the picture looks like it's a nice clear window, it is in fact this tinted window. So if you happen to come across this mod and you're wondering the same thing I was wondering, well, there you go. That is the answers for that. And I think that was about it. That's all I have done to it. I've got it all set up, ready to go. And she needs to go to my parking area. So we will move her into my parking level. Goodbye, Z28 Camaro. Unfortunately, with that car, it does not have a template attached to it, so I could not try or even attempt to make any stripes for it. I was going to give it a shot, but I'm just running out of time, and maybe later one of these days, maybe I'll give it a shot. What we have on deck, we have 2 cars here. If it's typically just bringing in 1 car at a time, but like from the Hollywood Nights movie, I brought in 1 car at a time. This time I decided to bring in 2 cars, different colors, of course, to get rid of the whole gray and white and black theme we were going with. It seems like we were doing nothing but gray, white, and black cars. So what we have here is a 1970 Camaro and a Cobra. All right, and these cars are from the movie called the Gumball Rally. Now, if some of you do not know, the Gumball Rally was a movie that came out in 1976, 76, 77, I believe it was 76, and it was about a group of these. Oh my gosh, these guys were eccentric racers, right? That just from all walks of life, and the goal was it was an illegal race from New York to L.A. I believe. It's a cross-country race, and it was the best time to the last location wins, no holds barred, cross-country race. It is probably the first movie I've seen about a cross-country race. I mean, other movies had come across afterwards, like Cannonball Run, Cannonball Run 2. There was a couple other movies, I believe. It was a movie with I can't remember his name, but it was just called Cannonball. It was another movie about a illegal cross-country race, right? So I picked up these 2 cars because they are very similar to the 2 of them that were in the movie. And it was one of those movies that I really enjoyed watching. I mean, I really did. It was anything with cars and racing in it. I was really into. So, I mean, when you have a bunch of cars like this, and you just got to gotta love a movie like that. With just where the cars are the stars, right? Cars are the stars. That is a movie for me. So if you happen to know of a movie that has car stars in it, drop me a line down there in the comments section down below. Let me know what you think. I've got a few cars lined up already, and I do have my Fast and Furious series. If you haven't watched that, please check that out. In my channel, I've got a whole series of cars, and that was a whole fun series to do. To be quite honest with you, it was a lot of fun finding the cars and then rebuilding them while I recorded them. It was great. So it has been, it's been years since I've seen this movie. You know, there's a few things I remember from the movie. There was a guy on a motorcycle that's doing this cross-country race, and he looked like he was wired all the time. This poor guy, I just I didn't get why he want to attempt to ride across country on a motorcycle, better known as a crotch rocket. So it wasn't, like a Harley Davidson or anything. He was just speeding around. There's a few other cars in there. And one of the iconic lines I remember is I think they were in there was a couple of guys in I want to say a red Ferrari, and they were getting ready to start the race, right? And he takes the rear view mirror. It's a convertible Ferrari, an older convertible Ferrari. He takes the rear view mirror, he rips it off of the windshield, or right above that deck on the front window, and tosses it in the back seat. And his line was, what's up behind me doesn't matter. It's what's in front of me that's going to matter. So, that's a good racing line there. What's behind you doesn't matter. It's what's in front of you. You got to get around, guys. So I thought that was, that's one of the lines I remember distinctively in that movie. And this Cobra is in sad shape. Wow. All right. So you typically do everything as you've seen in my videos before. I am going to do brakes, and then I start working on other things. This time around is no different. And like I said, if you can think of any other movie cars, hey, by all means, post them up down below. I'd love to hear what you think. Like I said, I do have a few cars in my parking levels that are ready to go and ready to be put on film again. But I guess not film. I guess it would be digital media these days, right? Yep, showing my age. Here we go here. Oh my goodness. We are going to have to go with the... Ooh, no. It's what... People get confused. These are rear shocks on the back, right? So we are going to have to go with the rear shock absorber. We'll go with 2 of those. And not this cap or the spring, because this is for the front. So you have to go down here to below and pick up the rear shock cap and the rear shock spring. Pick up a couple of those. Rubber bushings. This is a typical... I think I need... Ooh, how many of these do I need? Wow. I think 8. We'll figure that one out in a minute. A couple of those. A wheel hub, I know. What else was there? I know there was a... So rubber bushings. Oh my goodness. We've got... we do not have enough rubber bushings. We need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I guess we need a full complement of 12. No, wait a minute. These all just regular rubber bushings? Why, yes, they are. We already have a complement of 12 of those, or 8 of those, so I'll pick up 4 more. Oh my. And yes, as always, it has been a long day for me. Oh my goodness. And I'm on the road an awful lot. And that takes a toll on a person. I'm sure some of you that work away from home, you understand completely. Ooh, a drive shaft. Well, we won't have to worry about that. Or the gas tank. We will get rid of those. Ooh, I picked up the wrong wheel hub, so I might as well sell that off. Rear knuckle cover, housing D, sway bar B. So need the rear knuckle housing D, rear sway bar B, and the rear axle cover. And I know there was, I think it was a lower control arm, but I don't remember. Wow. See, this is what you get when you get older and you just overwork yourself. Okay, everything was good there, looks good there. I need the upper suspension arm is what I need. So upper suspension arm I shall get. Upper suspension arm. Alright. And I believe that will do it for that. So for this car, it is painted blue, not purple, and I don't believe there's any stripes on it. So we're going to go with a nice metallic blue on here. What size are my wheels? And I do believe it does run this type of a Typhoon wheel on it as well. These are 15s. Let's bump it up a little bit, shall we? Let's go take a look. And I think I'm going to go with a set of 16s. I don't think any of the new rim DLCs are like that. I'll take a quick look through here. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. So we will go finding our Typhoon wheels, which I thought were down here somewhere. Yes, right here. Let us get... I think I'm going to make a square setup. So it'll be a 16... all the way around, and for tires we are going to go for these 16s, and I'm going to do a quick guess at a well, I'll tell you what, before I get too stupidly crazy, what was the size on this? A 295/50. 295/50. 295/50, huh? So because I'm bumping that up, I'll stick with the 295, right? But I'm going to bump this down to a 45. That should turn out really good, and I believe these are aluminum, so I'm going to leave them the way they are. No painting required. And let's see what this looks like. It looks like it might be a little thick. But I guess we will find out once we put it on the rear of the car and find out for sure what they actually look like. I may want to bump that down to a 40. Let's pick ourselves up a gas tank. Yeah, I'm all over the place tonight, aren't I? Wow. So let's pick up a fuel tank, and then we'll jump into the power boost shop and pick up fuel pump as well. Yes. Thank you. Alright, so we got one tire done. And we'll just do the 2 for right now, just to see how this puppy's going to lay out. Fix up my springs here. And away we go. Yeah. Alright. Now, I meant to check to remember who made this mod. I will check it in a second so I can give them due credit. There is a car similar to this for an in-game car. It looks similar to the Cobra, but is seriously not as detailed as this, and it looks alright. It's just so. That's interesting. That rear end is kind of interesting. There's no thing there. Well, that makes for less parts to deal with, I guess. I've got a floating sway bar. It's alright. So as you see, there was no editing into this, so... Oh yeah, we are going full tilt on this puppy. So while I was looking into this, doing these movie cars, and I came across... And I remember Gumball Rally, and I had to look up to see what... it doesn't look too bad. I think we're going to stick with that. Give it a little bit lower stance. Yeah, I think that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. I had to find out, you know, what cars were in the Gumball Rally to see if there was any cars I could get out of the game or into the mods to actually do this series and have some Gumball cars. And lo and behold, I did come across this Cobra. And the Cobra in the movie does have side pipes, so this mod actually fit the bill real nice. And then they have the 1970 Camaro. So that was a nice surprise as well, because, well, if I would have gotten that spring, we would have been okay. But that was a nice surprise as well. I remember the Camaro in it. I didn't remember the Cobra. So, good thing I took a look at it, because now I've got two cars from this movie I can do, and that is what I like. I did work with a gentleman that had one of these cars. Beautiful cars. He actually has one that was signed by Shelby Cobra. It's a replica Cobra. It wasn't a real Cobra, but it was a replica, and he had bought it from a company that actually does these create these cars, and they have certificates of authenticity. And like I said, his was signed by Shelby Cobra, or Shelby. So, what was his name? By Shelby. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to have to make me look this up, aren't you? Oh, jeez. Oh my goodness, what is his name? Oh my gosh, it's right there on the tip of my tongue, and I can't find it right away. Carroll Shelby. I knew it was a girl's name, but I didn't want to speak out of turn. Carroll Shelby. His car is actually signed by Carroll Shelby. Oh, and I've got a bushing missing. Looking at my inventory, I've got a bushing that I've got missing somewhere. Where am I missing a bushing? It must be, it is right there. Ooh, good call. Good catch. So let's dump this stuff out of my inventory that I'm not going to need anymore. Get some cash back for those. That upper suspension arm is out of here. We'll dig up underneath here. Let me take a look here. Everything is in bad shape. So this is, I mean, for the most part, this is going to be a full restoration by all accounts, because wow, things in bad shape. So let me take a quick look here. I had totally forgotten. I meant to do it before I jumped into this video. And man, who is it made by? Oh my gosh, I should have known. I should have known. Dead Bob 777. I should have known. I should have known. But yep, Dead Bob 777 made this mod. It is on the Steam Workshop, so I'll leave the link down below. get it now. Go over there, give it a thumbs up, and download it. Get this puppy. This is one car you need to have in your collection. This is like a classic car. It's an iconic car. There's no other car that looks like this. So, you know, you will be the talk of the town if you have one. That's for sure. So when we're talking about the Gumball Rally, like I said, there was several movies that kind of spun off of this. It was inspired by an actual illegal race. No kidding. They did, you know, illegal races. And the gentleman, the Fast and Loud guy, oh my gosh, I am so bad with names tonight. He did it with his buddy, cross-country race. And if you ever watch Fast and Loud, there's one episode where they actually find the car that they did the race in. It's in bad shape, but they actually found it. And I believe he, if I'm not mistaken, I think he even bought it to restore it. I'm not quite sure. I remember parts of the video, or parts of the episode, but not the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, these things actually happen. You've got, you know, illegal cross-country racing going on. You know, it's basically based on time. Not speed or distance, it's time. How fast can you get to Los Angeles from New York City, right? And you gotta think, you gotta take into account if you were ever doing a race like this. You gotta take into account, what are you gonna eat? Go to the bathroom. You know, and he had actually thought of all this and he had a crazy setup in that car that he used, you know, to urinate into a tube that actually just kind of spilled out onto the ground below the car. Wow, just absolutely crazy. But, you know, as I was looking at the Gumball Rally stuff, I happened to come across a site for Gumball 3000. Now, have you guys ever heard of this? I did not know that this existed, right? I didn't know Gumball was going to be a thing. And there's this guy out there called Mr. Gumball himself. It puts this stuff together. And these are high-end cars. I mean high-end cars. And they do a cross-continental race. Yeah, you heard me right. They'd run through, you know, maybe from Canada through the United States, and then jump on a plane and finish up somewhere in either, you know, Puerto Rico or South America somewhere. It is nuts. If you get a chance, look it up. Gumball 3000. It is wild. I didn't even know it existed, and it's actually an interesting read. He had started doing it just as a fun thing with some friends, and they were going across the continent of Europe, I believe it was, and you know, every place they stopped, they would throw these elaborate parties. And I mean, I don't know what this guy does for a living, but hey, he seems to throw a pretty good party, right? So, you've got to look it up just for your own sanity to check that out. It is outrageous. I would love to have that kind of money to drop on a Lamborghini and jump in that race just for the fun of it. Of course, I don't think my wife would appreciate it too much. I think, you know, an intercontinental race, that's quite a few days, right? That is a long time. Let's see. I am just picking up some parts as I go because I'm believe what I'm needing is what I'm picking up, and I am tossing it to the wind at this point. I'm hoping I'm getting all the stuff right. I know I'm going to have a couple things here that I'm going to miss. So let's, I think I'm going to need one bottom suspension arm at least. I believe I saw that in the list of items that I needed. I was wrong. Front knuckle cover? Got that. I need a C. Got the sway bar. Oh. Front hub I need. Got all those. Yep. Ooh, it was the upper suspension arms I needed, and I need both of them puppies. So both uppers, a hub, and a C knuckle, a Charlie knuckle. So let me get a Charlie knuckle here. A Charlie knuckle sandwich. A couple of front wheel hubs. And it was the upper suspension arms I needed, and I needed both those. So I told you this car is literally trashed out. It is in sad, sad shape. So I bought 2 wheel hubs. I only needed 1. I am wasting money right and left. Man, if I was a millionaire, it wouldn't be a big deal. But, well, I guess I am a little bit. I got, you know, 52 million up there. Now, no fret. I mean, in between episodes, I have been coming across, you know, an what is that? The LM F1 mod, and you take that and you put a little bit of work into it, and you can turn it around for quite a few $1,000,000. So that's a fast way of gaining some cash to help you in your spending spree when you're doing parts like I'm doing. Thanks, I needed that water. Water. Is there a water jug? There it is. That's what I need. That's what I needed right there. But why is it turned that way? Can't get in it with this transmission jack here. Yeah, well. Can't have it all, I guess. So Cobras are one of the nicer cars that I like to rebuild. They're just cool looking cars, and Dead Bob has done a terrific job at putting this thing together. And for all the modders, for all of these cars that you see in these videos, if they're a modded car, give them a thumbs up over there. Like their mods over on the Steam Workshop. I mean, come on. These guys put in a lot of effort and a lot of time putting these cars together. And sometimes their own money. Yeah, sometimes their own money. These mods don't come cheap sometimes. They're not free. And they do it because they like doing the modeling. And sometimes they like the cars that they do. If you go over there and request mods, they're not going to probably, take your request because if it's going to cost them a butt ton of money, or they just don't like the car. Like, I mean, I don't know. What's an ugly car that you would not want to build, right? Think of a car that you would not want to build. I gotta get that bushing over there. Say, oh, I don't know. Oh, you know what? I forgot totally to get these tires mounted and balanced. What? Oh, wait a minute. No, I bought 4 tires for this, right? Oh, I did not. Wait a minute. Did I delete the tires? Did I sell those tires? Huh. So these are 235s up front. So, alright. So I don't know. Am I losing my freaking mind here? Or 16s. We'll go with a 235 up front. Yeah, sure. We can do that. Same size. And we will go with a 40 up front because we did it a little bit bigger in the back. This should be okay up front. I could have sworn because I said I wanted to go with a square setup, so I thought I bought all the tires the same at the same time. Did I only buy 2? Am I losing my freaking mind? There we go. That's what we're talking about. That does look pretty good, but I like the way the rear is set up. I like how it's kind of tucked up underneath there. Have I edited this car? No, I have not taken it into the editor. I have not done anything with it. This is straight from Steam, right into the junkyard. Yeah, junkyard. and into my shop. So no editing has been done to this vehicle. Now that Camaro over there may have different story to it. Does that look too small to you? My God, it does. That looks absolutely ridiculous. So, okay, I went with a 235. 235/40. So maybe I should have went with a 235. 50? Maybe we'll go with a let's go with a 235. Afraid the 50 is going to look too big, so I'm going to go with a 45. We did increase the tire, the rim size, so 235/40. No, we want the 45. Yes, please install this for me. It still looks a little narrow to me, but I want to get too much bigger. Let's throw this on here and see what happens, and delete these other tires, these 40s that I have in here, because I don't want those. Yeah, 16-inch rim. We'll just run this one for right now. Let's take a look and see what it looks like on the car. I may have to go with a 50 on it. Yep, that still looks ridiculous. So off it comes. Well, boys and girls, we're going with the 50. I was afraid of that. I knew it from the start. I should have known better. Kick my butt now. And we're going with the 50. Jeez. Let's go ahead and mount this one up with the 50. Yes, please. Now, I probably could have gone a little wider on it to get a little more thickness on it. But no. Now, I probably could have separated those wheels and saved a little bit of cash, seeing as I'm on a stupid spending spree and wasting a whole lot of money, but hey. Where's my 50? There we go. Okay, I'm going to stick with a 50. I'm hoping this doesn't look ridiculous. That looks a little better. That looks good. So we will stick with the 50. I should have done it in the first place, and I didn't do it. I'm kicking myself in the butt right now because, man, was that a waste of time. You have to admit, wheels and tires on a car make the car. If they look ridiculous on the car looks ridiculous, regardless of what the car is. If you put a horrible set of wheels and tires on a classic car is going to look like crap. I mean, come on, let's be honest here, right? So I believe this engine is dual overhead, or the overhead valve with the twin carburetor intake, which means I get, if we watch the video from the last video with the Z28 Camaro, the 79 Camaro, we had a single carb on that, and I was very disappointed that we did not have a performance part for the single manifold for that engine. Don't know why they don't have it on there. I figured, you know, you had the dual carb, so why not the other one? And let's get that last bushing back there, because I almost missed that one too. Okay, we got that. We need to go pick up our tire. Tire. Oof. Oh, headache already. Ran right into that thing. Okay, that is looking good. We have dropped the transmission out of it, so we can now pull the motor out. just for the sake of argument, we will pull the engine or the hood off of it. Oh, I didn't want to go back up. Let's clear up my inventory while I'm thinking about it. Okay, we don't need any of this. We are going with a different gearbox altogether, so we're not going to use that. And our wasted money on those tires. Another thing in the Gumball Rally movie, all these cars, well, these cars don't have it, but all the cars in the movie have nighttime driving lights, basically. There's these huge white bright lights on the front of their car to help them see stuff at night, I suppose. But every one of them has a set of those lights on the front of the car. I don't know if it's to find them from other cars or not. Not entirely sure. But yeah, each one of them has a set of fog lamps per se, but I believe there's more like driving lamps than they are anything else. Okay, and we didn't get the radiator. The radiator did not get repaired. How sad is that, right? So let's go with the rad. We need to get the rad. Nope, I don't want to do that. As far as actors in the Gumball Rally movie, I didn't see anyone that I actually recognized, to be honest. With the exception of Gary Busey. Gary Busey is the only one I remember that in the movie. I don't recognize any of the other actors. I'm like baffled by that. I mean, the movie wasn't, you know, all that great to begin with, but hey, you know, it had Gary Busey in it. Had to been, you know, something, right? All right, we got everything cleaned out in here. Let's see if we can. What else do we have here that needs to come off? Trunk, taillights. These side pipes. Oh man, these side pipes are awesome. I am liking it. Front bumper. Remove the license plate. Yeah, is that? No, that's not. Yep, okay. So how many of these pieces can we actually restore? Hey, it looks like we got to restore a lot of that stuff. Cool. Side pipes. Nice shiny chrome plated side pipes. I am loving that. So, oh no. That didn't go well. The headlight, how about the front bumper? Did the headlights go well? Right one's good. Oh, that one's bad. Front bumper? Oh, we're good for that. And I'm not going to put a license plate on it because, you know, I just don't care right now. Alright. Interior wise, let's take these seats out. I'm definitely going back with the original stuff that he has on here. Dead Bob did a good job on that. So what are these seats called? They're the Typhoon seats and the Typhoon wheel. Of course, because the Typhoon from the game, it fits it very, very well. So we will get the Typhoon steering wheel, and then let's jump up here and find the Typhoon seats. Let's get a couple of those. Those will be the dream right there. All right. Now we got most of that taken care of. Go ahead and take care of the interior real quick. And the body. Now, I know it's purple right now, but got the interior all taken care of. Exterior has been taken care of. And that's actually an awesome looking, that's all part of the front end, huh? I don't think that's going to be repairable. Ooh, 16%. Ooh, you know, I would really expected that to just fail altogether. Pretty happy it didn't, to be honest with you. And we don't have any of that, so that is looking pretty good. We've got most of it put together. Nice purpley color, but that is not the color of the car in the movie. So, oh sure, we can go ahead and put the hood back on it, I guess, for now. And I'm going to trash everything else. I'll just buy another tail lamp later. There I go, wasting my money again. Alright, so now we need the twin carbureted motor, the twin carbureted V8, which is what I want to really put back into it. That's the one I want. So, okay, boys and girls, remember the drill? Oh, excuse me. Where's that water fountain at? And here we go. We are going parts hunting. And did I skip over something I already needed? No, I don't believe so. We are pressing on. Okay, cam gears. Overhead valve. We're going to need one of you, please. Camshaft I can get in the performance shop. Don't need any of this. Clip B's for the distributor cap. Of course we do. Crankshaft. Overhead valve. Yes. Crank. Pulley. Yes. Okay. Oops. Get all that. Get to my engine block. The core of it all. Yes, indeed. Definitely need that core. Valve cover valve covers. Headers I get in the performance shop. Fuel injection, no. No rollers on this thing. So we're good there. We're getting the coil and the distributor from the performance shop, as well as the wires and the two carb manifold. Yes, it is in the performance shop. I cannot wait to grab that and bring it over. Oil filter. No, we don't have a performance oil filter. Is there such a thing? I don't know. We need the fan. Rocker arms, 16 of these bad boys. 2 per cylinder. Rod caps, need 8 of those. Definitely need the cover and the base for that, and for our belts we're looking for the overhead valve V8A, overhead valve V8B. Gotcha. Do need a starter on this because it didn't come with one. Spark plugs we'll get in the performance shop. Throttle. Timing chain for the overhead valve. Yes, we do need one of those. Timing cover. Yes, we need one of those. Push rods. Well, we have 16 rockers, so we need 16 push rods. And then a water pump and a water pump pulley. Whew. You know, I'm really wondering if I'm doing this all together right or not. Got that. We might as well pick up a drive shaft while we're here. Now let's jump over to the performance shop and see what we get. Okay. So I do need the oval air filter, but that's a little farther down, I believe. Need the overhead valve camshaft. 2 4-barrel carburetors. Got 2s of them. A couple of the heads. A couple of headers, of course. Fuel filter. Distributor cap. The coil. And let's not forget the rotor this time. Yeah, I missed the rotor altogether the last video. Jeez, felt like a big putz on that. And ooh, we have. Oh no, wait a minute. That's for the 8. Oh, wait a minute. Oh man, I thought it was in here. Don't tell me. It's only for the Dodge engines. Oh, there it is. Ooh, I thought I was seeing things there for a minute. All right. There's my air filter. There's my power steering pump. 8 spark plugs. And a partridge in a pear tree. Yes, it's almost that time of year again, people. It's almost Christmas. I know, you're getting pumpkin spiced out. And, by the way, while we are talking about this, I'm hoping this video comes up before October. A lot of people have submitted tons of their builds in orange, and I am here to tell you, my God, there is a ton of pics that I have to look through. I asked for an orange car to change the cover of our Facebook page, and guys, you did not disappoint. There are some awesome cars out there, and I am really going to be hard pressed to find one for the site. I may have to do multiple ones and rotate them because, geez, I just tell you what, it was phenomenal, the response I got from that. Yes, I am drinking water in the background. Sorry for swallowing in your ears. Trust me, when you're an instructor and you're up front and you're teaching and you talk all day long and then you get off work and then you start talking on a microphone in front of a computer to absolutely no one but yourself, it is a little difficult to do. And my voice is a little harsh from talking all day. You would think this would be the last thing I'd want to do, but building these rides is I just like doing it. It's just stupid, mindless fun. And some people don't get video games. You know, for me, that's exactly what it is. It is a break from reality. It is just something fun to do. I don't have, real world cash to do this. And I'm sure if I were doing this for a living, I would probably get sick of it really quick. Have you ever heard the story of, a mechanic's car being in the driveway, broke down? Yeah. I can understand that. You work on cars all day long. The last thing you want to do is come home and work on your own car. And hey, I am getting better remembering these parts back here. I always forget them. I'm sure I've forgotten something. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now because I can't do more than one thing at once. I am talking and putting this together, and that is a feat in itself. Trust me. Oh, all the pistons. I had to do this one time on a 1978 Blazer. I had to replace all the main bearings and all the piston bearings. I had it. Road was closed. I was going down this road. Road was closed, and there was nowhere to turn around. So I was backing up, trying to do a 3-point turn in the middle of the road, looking out the rear view mirror and the side mirrors. It appeared that the grass was even with the asphalt, so I backed up a little bit farther to make the 3-point turn and dumped the rear end off into a very deep ditch. It had to have been at least 4 feet deep, and I'm not exaggerating. To get it out, I had to crawl out of the truck, and this was, a 78, so you had to go out and manually lock the front hubs on it to get it in full-wheel drive, and then crawl back into the truck. And I got it out, but not without doing some damage to the lower end of my engine because, well, if you imagine your front end of your car sitting at a 45-degree angle in the air, right? It was not getting any oil to the front of the engine. Even though you have an oil pump in there, it just wasn't getting any oil to the front of the engine, and may have pushed it a little too hard to get it out of that ditch. Yeah, I was smoking the front wheels to get it out of there, but I got it out. I got about 3/4 of the way home before it gave up the ghost and decided to die on me, but oh my gosh, those are the days. I mean, I look back on some of the stuff I've done and it's just so stupid. And then you try to pass that on to others, whether it's on message boards, Facebook, your own kids, Yeah, you try to pass it, not pass your stupidity on, but pass on that this doesn't work in real life. Don't do this, and sometimes they have to learn on their own. Unfortunately, I mean that's just the way life is, I suppose. Yeah, this thing's coming along right nice. Yeah, the only thing with these engines is these small parts, these push rods and these rocker arms, just kind of painful. It's a good thing I don't have to socket these spark plugs in. I'm surprised they don't make you put together these rocker arm springs too. I mean, these rocker springs. Whew. But that should be like in the next, one of the things they should do for the next vision for this game is to get a little more detailed with some of the engine parts. I'd say a little more because in the last video I was telling you, you get into games like Wrench, it gets really way too detailed. My Summer Car, I think, is another one I've heard about and I've read about. It gets really way too detailed, and to me, I'd get bored with it. It was just like NASCAR when it first came out on PC. It was a whole lot of fun to play. You jumped in a car, you adjusted some tire pressures, and you went. And I believe it was probably some gear ratios as well. And that's it, right? Oh my gosh. All the stuff you have to know now for the game. For the NASCAR, heat and all those other games. There's a lot of stuff you have to try to figure out and tune your car for particular tracks. And I just don't have time to think about all that stuff. I want to jump in, I want to play, I want to have fun and be done. And oh my god, did we just complete an engine without having to go back into... I think we did. I think we did, people. I think that's a first. I really think that's a first. Isn't that a beautiful engine in there? Oh, it's such a nice fit in there too. I love it. Okay. Need a transmission from the grip shop. I've already picked up the drive shaft for it, so that's not a big deal. Let's put some oil in it before I forget. Of course, it will not let me forget. It will tell me I need oil. Oh, trust me, it will. Alright, so that's done. Shut the hood on that. Gotta get some body parts. I think there's something that goes back here, but I think it's a gas cap. I did pick up a starter, right? Yes, I believe I did. And oh my gosh, this is going so much better than I thought than in the last video. Except for the tire snafu that we had earlier, I think we did pretty good. And look at this short drive shaft on this, right? I mean, you're getting the power. If it, this is probably the shortest drive shaft I've seen in the game. Talk about getting the power to the rear wheels in the shortest amount of distance as possible. This is the car for you. Okay, so let's take a look at some body parts. Fresh imports. There we go. A little bit of drag there. My poor laptop can't handle this game sometimes. The 427 Cobra. I've got the front bumpers. I've got the windshield. I do need the doors. So, oh, it's a black door. What's a black door? Okay, well, I'm just going to go with the paintable doors. I need both doors. Oh, probably goes with that one, I guess. I do have the hood. I do need the window on the front. I want both the chrome taillights. Oh, it's a blacked out version. That's what it is. Yeah, the chrome on it is blacked out. That's what it is. That makes total sense now. That window we need. Rear bumper, I don't think we have, but I will grab that. Taillights, I think we need both. I think I dumped them, right? Rear bumper, rear bumper. We're going with the chrome. This is the rail around the driver's side. And this is a double one. Ooh. 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 Maybe I want the double one. Gas cap. I knew something had to go there. Right headlight. The other tail light. Got the trunk. Trunk C. Ooh, that's white. I might have to take a look at that. And yeah, the chrome is actually blacked out on there. So, oh, I need a window. So I got the one headlight. I might as well just go spinning crazy. It's only 40 bucks, right? It's only money. It's only money. So let's see. We've got that on there. We've got the windshield on there. Doors. This was a single, but I want to try the double look. That double look looks pretty cool. I like that. I think we're going to stick with the double. I don't remember if the car had a double or not in the movie. Maybe I should check that out real quick. And the rear bumper. Nor do I remember what the license plate was on this, but that's okay. That's okay. The wing windows. Got to put the wing windows on there. Okay, so let me take a quick look here. We are 89% on the body. Is that just the license plates? It has a front license plate? Oh, Dead Bob. Why put a front license plate on this? Oh, but look at the value of this bad boy. I am in love. Nice. Okay. Alright, I think we have it pretty much set up. We are taking it. Let's take this license plate off. It looks... Okay, so maybe I've... Okay. Let's take this puppy and let's put her into the paint shop. I kind of like the dual look on that. Yeah, I think that looks alright. Alright, so this is where it's going to get a little tricky because... I mean, it needs to be a nice blue. It really does get tricky. Let's darken it up. It is a very dark blue, so I mean, that looks pretty dark right there. Saturation, I want it 100%. That looks pretty darn close. Let's paint that. Let's put it out in the garage because it's always lighter looking in here as it does in the garage. So, what does it look like? Ooh, it does look blue. Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. Let me take a quick look. I'm not sure. Oh my goodness. What am I doing here? I'm looking. Does it have white stripes? That would be the question. And no, it does not. Has no stripes in it. And just for giggles, don't see a license plate on it either. Oh well, I will have to look at that later. But for now, I am going to just put Gumball on it. Let's see what they start off in New York. So what about some New York plates? How about that? in New York, New Jersey. Yeah, let's get a couple of these. Actually, I'm just going to put the one on the back. Gumball. That works out. And remember, check out Gumball 3000. Okay? It is interesting. Alright, you are good to go, my friend. Let's take you over to the dyno. Let's see what kind of power you throw down. We are running open headers on this. Please close that. We are running open headers on this, even though it's not really connected to side pipes, but that is okay by me. You know, that blue could be a little bit lighter, but I think I'm going to stick with that for right now. Nice. 569. 721 pounds of torque. Yikes. Alright. So there we have it. We are going to move it back over into the garage area. And we will admire this puppy from all the way over here. Look at this. This is a beautiful looking car. Yeah, I'm not entirely too satisfied with the color. Probably needs to be just a shade lighter. So, alright. So I'm being particular. Let's do this. Can be a shade lighter. So where is our darkness on there? Okay, so set current. The brightness is at 22. If we, oh, I don't like the way that. So let's see the brightness. Okay, so that's maybe what's thrown it off. We need it to be a blue. Oh. That more of a blue, okay. And I don't know. I will say close enough. Doesn't have stripes on it. Looking at the pictures online, does not have stripes, so we are good with it. Alright, and there we have the 427 Cobra made by Dead Bob 777. It is in full resto with the exception of the front license plate, worth $1.7 million. Car well worth the cash to restore, right? I mean, this car is a beautiful piece of machinery. Look at this. The detail is awesome. Great. Alright, everyone. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As I said, if you can think of any other movie cars, please, by all means, drop them in the comments. Hit me up over on the Facebook. The link is down below for the Facebook page and for this awesome Cobra. So until the next time, we'll come back. We'll take a look at this Camaro and we'll get it built. I'll see you in the next video. I'm Hurst Quayzar, and I am out.